A couple shots of the day in the semifinals of the NCAA Division I Women's Golf Championship. Northwestern sophomore Janet Mao taking on Southern Cal's Gabriella Thin here. Her second at the par 4 fourth. Mao rolls it in for eagle. Can you believe that rain? What rain? And on the other side of the bracket, Stanford freshman Maddie Chu making some more magic up against Linnea Strom. This at the par 4 8th. These ladies making it look easy. Chu, again, this in the bottom of the cup. She can't believe it. All of this was taking place, but Mother Nature was in control. Arizona State's Monica Vaughn, the individual champ yesterday, had the option to continue or mark her ball and wait because of darkness. She decided to mark it and wait. So that means we'll have to wait until tomorrow morning to find out which teams will be playing for the national title later in the day. It's a build-up to a championship Wednesday right now on Golf Central.
Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
Hello and welcome to Golf Central. What a day it's been. We think it's been a long day on our set. It's been a very long day for these players, for these coaches. A lot of rain, cold weather, winds taking over. You can see these semifinal matches. You just got to see it unfold right here on Golf Channel. Again, we're going to have to wait and see what happens, but look, a lot of drama there at the end. Lisa Cornwell, Paige McKenzie, Amanda Blumenhurst. We heard from both coaches in the broadcast talking about whether to extend or to stop play. Monica Vaughn deciding to stop play.
Yeah, and it's well within her right, and I think most players that are watching this broadcast right now would have done the exact same thing in a match play setting. You want to kill the momentum. And I know Missy Farr was talking about darkness, and yes, that comes into play. But more than anything, she's playing against Auburn Valenzuela, who has come out so hot after that rain delay that you do what you can to slow them down and stop the bleeding, and that's exactly what she did.
Absolutely, and you're not here to make friends and be nice. This is match play. This is to win a point for her team, for the team to make it into the finals. So it's within her right, and the heavy rains knocked down the wind and changed the speed of the putting greens. So really the elements definitely came into play in all of the matches. We saw girls struggling with putting a little bit, getting the speed down, having to warm up their muscles as well. And so getting to regroup tonight is definitely going to help Monica Vaughn, and it's also going to help the majority of the players out there get a fresh start for tomorrow.
Yeah, everybody's going to need a good night's sleep because there's going to be a lot of golf taking place tomorrow, as there was today. Well, let's check out the exact tale of the tape between these two schools. Very storied programs. You can see the 2 and the 3 seeded teams, their golf stat rankings, number 1, number 7. Look at those NCAA appearances. 65 combined and 8 national titles. Let's go to the highlights, shall we? Stanford, Shannon O'Bear taking on Roberta Leedy from ASU, the par 5 11th. O'Bear 2 up. This is her third page.
And this is an experienced match play player. We saw her as part of that 2015 national championship team. Came out hot in this match.
She had birdie to win the hole and go 3 up at that point. Went on to win 4 and 3, so it's tied at 1 match apiece. Stanford's Casey Danielson versus Sophia Zug.
Danielson is also one of those players that is just a dominant match player, especially in the NCAA championship. Right now the match is all square, and she sticks it to about 3 feet.
She would make that birdie putt to win the hole and go 1 up at that point. Now the par 5 11, Danielson 1 up, has this for birdie to win the hole.
Yeah, on a golf course that doesn't give up a lot of birdies, she was striking her irons, flag hunting all day.
Boy, we could talk all day about her success in match play, but let's continue with the highlights, and we'll get to that in a moment. Danielson now 3 up at 13.
She's an excellent ball striker. That is her strength, but she gets that blade going, and that's why she can be so hot in match play.
She would win the match. 3 and 2. Stanford now up 2 matches to 1. Stanford's Auburn Venezuela taking on ASU's Monica Vaughn, the individual national champion we crowned yesterday. Vaughn 2 up at this point. Here at 13, it's Valenzuela.
Yeah, and this is again after that delay, and Valenzuela coming out hot, trying to make up ground on the national champion, Monica Vaughn.
Yeah, and after that delay, it had no effect on her. Sticking it that tight, she'd win the hole. Now 1 down at the par 4 15th. Valenzuela still trailing by a hole.
It didn't seem to cool down her muscles or cool down her putter. She started out red hot, sinks that.
It's almost the walk-in. You see her racing the hole. She's fired up, has momentum on her side, squaring the match. Now the par 3 16th. Here's Vaughn off the tee.
And as an opponent, you can't control what the other player's doing. You have to control what you're doing. And this is where Monica Vaughn gets a little off the rails and way right into trouble.
It's kind of the beauty of match play. You see one player with momentum, you have to pay attention. So the match would go 1 up. Now at 18, both players in the fairway. Valenzuela wants to continue. Vaughn wants to stop. So play is stopped. Valenzuela just has to have the hole to get Stanford to the final. Instead, they're going to have to sleep on it and wait. Meanwhile, Stanford's Maddie Chu taking on Linnea Strom.
Linnea Strom is on paper the stronger of the two players, and this is a must-win for ASU. The match is all square in the par 4 8. Chu second, and it bounces in for eagle. How about that?
That's one way to win a hole.
Absolutely.
Just eagle it.
Move on to the next one.
She'd go 1 up at that point. Chu still 1 up as darkness was coming in here at 16. This is Strom for par to square the match, and she does it. Boy, that's one way to sort of end things in your mind as you go to sleep on this, knowing that you kind of had that one last final punch. As we take a look at these scores, what a day it was for these players. And it continues because we are still waiting to decide.
And as you can see from this board, it very well is going to be decided by the Monica Vaughn and Albin Valenzuela. If Albin goes out tomorrow, it could very well be over before sun comes up.
What are you looking at on that board, Amanda?
Well, Monica Vaughn, for me, was the must-win match for ASU as well. Being the individual champion and loving that competitive, she likes to be under pressure. You see her peak at that moment. So that match, brilliant for her to wait until tomorrow morning to get momentum back on her side and give ASU a chance.
Missy has had her team in the right frame of mind. We heard from her a little bit ago on the broadcast. Things seem to be going, even if the score doesn't always show it, in their direction. How much do you put on her ability to sort of talk her team through it and convince them that they can do this?
Well, what I love is she kept the starting lineup exactly the same. So why fix something that isn't broken? And it's also what her teammates wanted. It's what the girls wanted. And she has such a laid-back personality right now. You can see it during the meals. You can see it on the rides to the golf carts, shuttling the players back to the vans. That she's going to just exude this relaxed energy, but also show confidence in our teammates, saying, we've been here, we know how to do this, you guys are in a great position, we can come back out tomorrow and win.
Yeah, and I think for both coaches, it's an extremely important night tonight to get both teams and the two players that are remaining out there with the tight matches in the right mindset moving into tomorrow, because it is not over. And we saw how quickly momentum can shift with any of the delays. We saw that today because of the weather delay. So I know both coaches are going to be working really hard to get their team engaged and ready for tomorrow morning.
We enjoy trying to read the body language of the coaches. Let's hear from the head coach of Arizona State. She is with Chantel McCabe.
Coach, let's start with the decision on 18 with that Vaughn matchup. It was put on hold. What's your reaction to that?
We felt that was the best decision. I mean, our matches were still fighting and trying to win. So we really felt that we couldn't see, and Mo was going to have to take a drop because there was casual water, and add that into the equation. It's too big of a shot trying to hit that green and 2 with 3 wood off of kind of a really tight lie, and can't see everything. We can't see the ball land. So it was really the best call, I think, for everybody.
A critical hole, of course, but let's talk about the weather. How did the course play coming back from that rain suspension? The course is somehow, amazingly draining, but it still is a little bit soft and a little bit soggy. But
I think that it's as good as it possibly can be with the weather we've had.
You're going to have another early wake up tomorrow to finish these semifinals. What's the message to the team overnight?
Keep fighting. Keep fighting. This team is all in until the end, till the last putt drops, and I really feel like, there's no give up in this team, and so we're gonna give it the best we can tomorrow.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you so much.
Back to you, Lisa.
Chantel, thank you very much. A lot of great notes to pay attention to as we again look at these scores. Stanford led Arizona State 2-1 when play was suspended. The Cardinal won this championship in 2015, lost in the finals to Washington in 2016. But how impressive is this? We're looking to advance to the championship for the third straight year. One of those players hoping to help get that job done is for Arizona State. But we're going to stick with Stanford and go back down to Chantel McCabe.
Mo, a critical decision on that 18th hole. How did it all unfold?
I had a couple rough holes coming down the stretch, and I knew that I have to, either birdie or eagle 18 to keep the match going. So, there's just too much at stake for me to end it right now. It's dark. I would have had to take a drop out of casual water. There's a lot of kind of elements to it that would have added a lot of time. I feel better just getting some rest, coming back with a clear head tomorrow.
After such a great performance in the quarterfinals, what was the message to the team with all of the wacky stuff going on with the rain delay and now having to come back tomorrow morning again?
It's been really difficult to kind of manage all of this, and props to Stanford for being able to handle this, but we're not done yet. It's been difficult kind of coming in and out and waking up so early the last couple days. Hopefully we get to sleep in a little bit, get some more rest, and come back ready to fight tomorrow.
It's going to be a tall climb ahead of you tomorrow. What does this team have that could possibly make you pull it off?
We're a bunch of fighters, and we don't give up, and we might get hit with some bad shots or a bad hole, but that doesn't get us down, and we fight till the very end until we win the day.
Thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Lisa, back to you.
Chantel, thanks once again. You heard Monica. Look, she was up on set with us yesterday, obviously very excited after winning the individual national title. She seems focused. She's doing what a senior needs to be doing at this point. How much is her leadership important to this team?
I think her leadership's important. I think her decision-making was extremely important. I know Missy said that it would be better for everybody to come back tomorrow. Well, I can tell you, I don't think Stanford wanted to come back tomorrow. I think that Valenzuela wanted to finish out that hole, riding the momentum that she had. But I think this was a smart decision for Arizona State to take some time, regroup, and not try to rush it. This is a major championship that's on the line.
And what both Misty Farke and Monica said that I love is that they're fighters. Mm-hmm. Both of them separately said, we are a fighting team. We are going to come out fighting tomorrow. And they gave themselves that opportunity by not playing right now, regrouping, having a team huddle, and going out tomorrow, bringing it their all and fighting, exactly like they said.
Monica Vaughn's match is against Albon Valenzuela. She's with Chantel McCabe.
Tina, obviously a critical hole. You were within reach of finishing that match. What to you was your perspective on what happened?
It's her decision. I could have continued to play, but, it's match play. She decided to stop playing. I respect that, and we'll just come back tomorrow. It's not a big deal.
For you, was the light playing a factor with the sun going down and having to deal with the conditions of the rain left on the course?
I feel like 17 was definitely a hole where I felt like the sun was starting, to bother me a little. I could barely see the hole for my putt, but other than that, I feel like the whole week has been really tough, so we've been prepared for that sort of condition.
How have you all kept your composure? Obviously, winning in 2015, runner-up last year, you're used to this match play format, but as disjointed as this championship has been, how have you kept your composure?
The team is really different this year. We're 3 freshmen on the team, Casey and Shannon, who both won their matches, very experienced players in match play. But we just stayed very patient, and we're just trying to have fun out there. It's great to be here representing Stanford, being in semifinals, so we're just trying to embrace the moment and making the most out of it.
And for you, how are you going to approach 18 tomorrow? Are you going to be dreaming about it tonight?
No, I'll just think about something else. It's just another hole. It's like coming back from a weather delay. You just come back and stay in the moment and, play smart.
Thanks for the time. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Lisa, back to you.
She seems calm, cool, and collected. Definitely the attitude and the mindset you want when you're playing for a national championship. So definitely a lot to look forward to tomorrow on Golf Channel. All times here, Eastern Morning Drive kicks things off for us at 7 a.m. Then at 10 a.m. Eastern, you'll get to see the NCAA women's semifinal matches, the resumption of that. And then at 4 p.m., it's the championship, the moment we've all been waiting for. We've seen so many dramatic moments the last couple of years in match play. We're hoping, actually, we're quite certain we're going to see it once again when Golf Central continues. We'll take you through the other semifinal matchup between Northwestern and Southern Cal. We'll hear from both coaches as well. Plus, Jordan Spieth is putting good putting at the top of his wish list this week. Find out the change he's going with at Colonial. That's later on Golf Central.
Golf Central is brought to you by the Volkey Design SM6 wedges, progressive design, precision performance, Grip Confidence, Grip Golf Pride.